So when it comes to collecting watches, yep, I'm like Thanos, man. I feel like Thanos. I don't know if everyone else feels like that when it comes to collecting watches, but that's how I am. I feel like Thanos, man. I feel like I'm gonna have the power. As a hobby, this is a beautiful thing to do, and it's a rabbit hole basically.
Tumbling down the rabbit hole.
Hey fellow watch lovers, today I've got the Casio A700 in front of me. To be exact, this is the Casio A700W-1A. This is the third watch I've added to my collection, and now I've got a Casio F91W, a Casio A159, and this one. It just seemed perfect to add this one as a third watch to my collection of Casio digital watches, vintage looking digital watches. Look at it, man, the bracelet and everything. I think the one thing that surprised me was how quite small it is. It's not that big. I think it's as big as the F91W if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's about around the same size. It comes with the Casio manual. I think compared to the manual that comes with the F91W and the A159, I like this manual simply because it's a booklet. It has the module number, that's the 3472 module. I think that's the one that comes in the watch. This has the 3742 module, which is sort of similar to the 593 module on the F91W. It's just that now with this one, the illumination is so much better. Like, check it out. Can you see that? Check out the light in this, man. It is so cool. I like the light, like,
so cool.
That's cool.
I was mesmerized with it. When I got it, the first thought I had was, oh man, it's so small. It doesn't look as great as it does in the pictures online before you buy it. But as I spend more time with it on my wrist, I came to like it even more. I especially like the blue, orange, and the green and pink writing on the top.
Well, look at all the colors.
It's a bit more minimalist compared to the F91, I'd say. Another thing about it is it's very thin. Very, very thin. It's about 6 millimeters compared to the 8.5 millimeters of the F91W. So this is very thin. So the Casio A700 is inspired by the Casio SA-410, and you can see from the picture that they look pretty similar actually, which is pretty interesting. I think the SA-410 was released in 1982. I'm not too sure about when this one was released. I need to find out. I haven't been able to actually figure out when this Casio was released, but you can see that it takes its inspiration from the SA-410. The SA-410 was actually all metal. With this one, the case is still made of resin, just like the F91W and the A159, and it has a chrome plating on it. It's chrome plated basically, but it still looks good. I love the way it looks, and I guess it makes it a lot more lighter. Look at that screen, man. I love this screen. It is so minimalist. I think this is classy. It is so classy. Won't be wearing it as much as my F91W, but it's definitely going to have its time on my wrist. On the back as you can see, that's Casio with a 3472 module. It's written A700W, stainless steel back. Water resistant as usual, it doesn't say up to what, but according to Casio's ratings for water resistance, this should be about up to 30 meters if I'm not mistaken. This is made in China, and it has the GA at the bottom there. And then it has the brushing that's going up and down. It's pretty good. It's not bad at all. And then the bracelet itself is stainless steel, and I love the brushed look of the bracelet, as you can see. I like this design a lot. And we go back to the clasp. That is a clasp. Just put it in, get that in. And yeah, the clasp is beautiful as well. The one thing I really like about this watch is the screen of the module itself. It is so close to the screen, to the top of the screen. This screen is made of mineral glass. It's mineral glass crystal, unlike the acrylic on the F91W and the A159. So that's a nice feature I like about this one. And the way it looks is just so perfect. Especially see the numbers, how close they are to the front compared to the F91W. F91W, the module seems to be a bit more lower than the screen, so you don't see it as well as this. So this is what it looks like on my wrist. Check that out. It's a beautiful watch, man. I like to have my watch on a bit tight so that it doesn't move. I don't like it when it moves too much. up on my wrist, but yeah, looks pretty good. Yeah, I think this is quite tight. I need to adjust that a bit. So as you can see, you just take up that, there's an arrow showing you. I'll do that, and then yeah, it just goes loose. Then I can loosen it a bit. Let me bring it down. Then once you have it like that, I think the one issue I have with this is how on the clasp you have to position this the right way so that it's straight along with the bracelet. That's the one thing I've noticed. Put that down. Okay, let me try it on my wrist. Okay, that's what it looks like on my wrist. I had the F91W on my wrist today throughout the morning, so that's a bit different. I like my time in 24-hour mode, like that. And as usual, we'll do the checks on it. The Casio genuine checks to see if it's the genuine Casio. If you want to check if it's a genuine Casio, you hold the right bottom button a few seconds and it'll show you Casio. As you can see there, let that go. If you press all buttons at once, yeah, you get all the LEDs lighting up like that, and you can just press that and see that it's a genuine Casio. And as usual, just like the F91W, you have the alarm mode, which has you with the right button, bottom button, you can change so that you can switch from alarm mode, switch off the alarm, switch on the hourly beep. Okay, I usually leave that on because I like that hourly beep. Press the mode button, it goes back to the ordinary watch, and you can press that again. You go to stopwatch, you can start the stopwatch. Let's say you're timing a 100-meter runner, split that for the other person, then split. Then yeah, you got 9 seconds for him, 13 seconds for the second runner. That's the split time. Then reset that, bring it back to ordinary. Just like the F91W, this also has the day there, that's Friday, indicated by FR, and then you have the date, the 23rd, and the ordinary time. I like it a lot. So then on the blue there, you have it's written alarm. On the orange, it's written signal. I guess that's for the hourly signal, if I'm not mistaken. That's, and then split in the green. And then you also have chrono for chronometer. And you have the Casio logo, water resist as usual, alarm chronograph on the bottom. I like the minimalist look of this. And you have the light mode. That's showing what the buttons do on the sides. And this is for the start, stop, and 12 or 24 hour. Beautiful watch, man. Dimensions on this are 37.4 millimeters. I think that's from lug to lug. 35.5 millimeters. I would guess that's from each side. And then 6 millimeters for the wide, for how wide it is. Pros of this are the bright display. Oh, the display is so bright. Let me show you. Look at that. That is so bright. I like the light in this. I think it's a LED light, but it's beautiful, man. You can see it at whatever time you light it up. That's so much better than the F91W, most definitely. I love the design. Very attractive design. Cons of this, like as I said, when I first saw it, when I collected it from my dealer, it's pretty small, but you get to like it. You get to like it eventually. If you want the big ones, go get yourself a diver. The clasp doesn't really engage if it's not aligned perfectly, so you have to make sure it's straight with the bracelet basically. And the painted plastic case, I would love if Casio gave us a metal version of this. I'd definitely go for it. Of course it would cost a bit more, but I'd save up for it. I would love that if they gave us a metal version of this. So this A700 is part of the A700 series of watches, which include this A700W-1A, the A700WM-7A VT, and the A700WMG-9A VT. As I said, it has a mineral glass. Personally, I've had this watch for about 2 days. I wore it for about 1 day and I love it. I'm going to take care of it much better than the F91W. My daily beater is the F91W. But as an addition to my collection, I love it. It makes so much sense getting this. I like the bracelet, how it's made. I'm actually going to try a NATO strap on it, see how that goes, or a leather strap, just to see what it looks like. So I might just order that. If you have any recommendations for where I can get those, please do point me in the right direction in the comments. So the one thing that I don't really like about having a stainless steel or silver Casio is the fingerprint. Man, this thing picks up fingerprints, especially on the case. You can see that all over. You constantly have to wipe it. So once you put it on your wrist, you wipe it. So that's the one thing. Compared to the F91W, I'm not really fussy about fingerprints on that. So so that doesn't really bother me as much. So thank you for watching this video. If you've made it to the end, please like, please share, and please subscribe. And I'll be surely releasing more videos. I think the next watch I'll get is a Casio G-Shock, and I think it would be appropriate to get a Casio G-Shock as my next watch, and other mechanical watches after that. But for now, I have my 3 Casio digitals. I'll get the G-Shock, and yeah, we'll continue with that.